It was a dry Saturday afternoon. It was a dry Saturday afternoon. The whole of the hill area was full. The parking area over the hill space was full. It was Varamahalakshmi festival that day. And that goddess, that little goddess on top of the hill, is known to be very powerful for her powers, where women went when they do not have kids or when they are not married yet. She's so powerful. There she stood outside the temple. She was wearing green mixed lavender silk sari. She stood beside a chappal stand and she watched two sets of people. One set going towards the ticket counter, rushing, darting in all their power. The other set leisurely walking without any worry because they were rushing for the special entry queue. Paying 500 rupees will get them straight away to the deity. Commercial marketing, she thought, and laughed it off. It was scorching heat of the afternoon burning sun, so she put her pallu over her head and stood right there. Meanwhile, having a little chit chat with the chappal stand collector. Hi. There came a bass, grainy voice from behind. The voice that she wanted to forget for all 10 years. The voice that she never wanted to hear again. The voice that had struck the chords of her heart, which was untouched for the last 10 years. She turned around. She couldn't contain all her excitement, fear, guilt, happiness, everything together in her big apple eyes. She stood there still as an ice. She couldn't return his hi. Why are you standing here outside the temple? She couldn't return any of his words. He was talking very casually, just like before, just like those 10 years before, just like those 5 years of being together. She couldn't know what to say to that. Are you the goddess herself standing outside? Oh, anyway, you're the princess goddess herself. Look at yourself. He muttered under his breath. She heard it. He wanted to make her smile like always, but this time it didn't happen. She stood there like a rock without any reaction, point blank, not knowing how to react. Why are you standing outside? He smiled. Seeing that smile, that very smile that took her back in time to all those 10 years back, that smile, that very smile she was ready to get up to every morning for the whole life. That very smile, she would become a clown overnight to see that smile. That smile that had turned into angst and drowned into an ocean of tears after knowing that she wouldn't turn up that afternoon, the similar afternoon of this afternoon, where the sun was right on top of his head, burning with scorching heat, holding two garlands on his hand, wearing the suit gifted by her for their register marriage, standing outside right from morning till late afternoon. She didn't turn up. 40 missed calls, hundreds of messages, no response. After quite some time, he did get one message. Dad, full stop, heart attack, full stop, requesting to marry his friend's son, full stop, sorry, full stop, take care, full stop. 10 years to that day. 10 good years to that day. It was 10 years after which she was seeing him in his eyes, and she didn't know what to do, how to react, how to return his simple hi. Finally, she says, monthlies. That's why I'm standing outside. Oh, from when have you started believing in all of this? My husband believes. Oh, he has gone inside to ask for a baby boy for my second child after 2 consecutive miscarriages. My first child is Ruchita, right? The moment she heard that name in his mouth, she had a panic attack. She was sweating. She was having chills down her spine because she didn't know how he knew her name. It was Ruchita, her daughter. There was a screaming silence between the two for a long time, and he broke the trance by asking, "Hey, are you not happy?" Happy? What is it? Okay, I have a house, I have a job, I have plants to water every day. I am very busy to even think if I'm happy or not. I have a responsible husband, I have a loving child. I don't know if that's what means being happy. Yeah? He didn't react anything to that and straight away went to asking another question. Does he not love you? Love. Love? What is it? Love? I don't know. He's a very responsible husband. He comes back home every night, although he has night shifts to do. Ruchita loves to be with her father more than with me. So I think if this is what love is, then yes. He could see the tears welling up in her eyes, in her big apple eyes. He handed the grey handkerchief that he had, the same color handkerchief that he always used the moment after which she wiped her kajal back in those days because she was crying over a squirrel that missed holding on to its ice cream. She didn't know what to do. She was not understanding how he is the same after 10 years, how he's the same guy that she was with for all 5 years. She had become a different person. She had become a hard sponge that couldn't contain any water anymore. She stood there, still. "How are you? Show me your wife's photo," she asked, wiping her tears and keeping that grey handkerchief inside her wallet, securing just like the good old times, just like every time. Meanwhile, she removed her pallu off her head and those fluttering strands of hair were moving left, right while she did that behind the ears. The same mannerism he couldn't stop flirting with every time, but this time, he looked down. He couldn't look into her eyes. There was a long pause resumed. Silence. Nothing else. Bye, Payal. Take care. He said nothing. She wanted him to stay back. She wanted to ask him to stay back just for one moment, just for that moment till she brings herself to a stage where she can tell those words, tell that word, sorry, by looking into his eyes. But she couldn't ask him to stay back. She couldn't. She just stood there like an iceberg, holding all of it together and saw him walk by just saw him walk by and waved her hand till she couldn't see him in her sight, exhaling all of that air that she stored inside her balloon for all 10 years. Words fighting to come out of her clenched teeth, saying, I know you're not married, Ruchit. Take care and be happy always. Thank you guys, that's my story.